Welcome, everybody. This is my Thursday 30 webinar. Again, I apologize for my gravelly voice. Allergies and things like that are sort of making this a little bit gravelly and rough, and coughs and one thing and another, but it's good. So I want to what we're going to talk about today is Google My Business. Google My Business, as you know, is an important piece of your marketing puzzle. But they have added some new features that a lot of people don't know about. And so as a result, I wanted to cover some of the things that Google My Business has done and bring you up to speed on that. So we will share the screen here. And we'll get rolling. I think everybody has a Google My Business page. I think most of you do. If you don't, that's obviously something you need to, whether you're a local business or a global business, because this is a spot where people can write reviews for your business. It's an important component of your branding. And when people search your business by name, then the Google My Business listing often comes up. And so that's one of the reasons you want to make sure you have that. And if you're not sure about it, you can reference back my videos in the past about Google My Business and how to set it up. But I do want to cover some new things, some new changes, because Google has been really good about staying on top of current conditions in the situations. And so I wanted to give you some ideas of some changes that are happening that you should take advantage of. So you want to start by logging into your Google My Business account. So that's going to be usually your Gmail account that you use to set it up. And when you log in, you'll see 9 little dots in the upper right hand corner. And when you click that, it should take you to a series of apps that are available in Google, and one of those should be a little blue house that says My Business, or a little blue business, I should say, a little structure. That's how you get to it. That's how you'll find everything that you're going to do there. More people are using Google My Business today. Obviously, folks are at home, so they're being more, they're in more, so they're doing a lot more research on the businesses they want to work with. And if you're going to go out, well, you obviously want to you want to make sure you have the business is going to be open, or it's going to, what are the requirements they're going to have. So it's a good place that people start for research. You have, it gives you an open status and the requirements to use for use of the business, and health and safety measures. So those are a few things that they've added. So let's go through and kind of talk about the different components. The first thing that they've done is they've given the ability for somebody to mark their business temporarily closed. Before, it was either open or closed, and no in between. But realizing circumstances and with government mandated closures for different types of businesses, people need to be aware of what the options are. So one of those options is going to be a temporary closed, and it allows you just to change the status. And you're not, you don't want to affect your listing. Your listing stays active, but it just now reflects a new icon that says the business is temporarily closed. And you should be able to do that. Oh, I didn't get the slide in there. Sorry, there was a slide in here that had that showed you where you do that. But if you go to your page, you'll see on your info page section, you'll see an open closed, and then you'll see an option for temporarily closed. So all you have to do is click that switch, and that's all you need. We also have a a COVID post available now. So once you have the ability to write basically blog posts in Google My Business, and I highly recommend you do that. You've heard me talk about that as strategies and other pieces of and other things we've done. But by creating a strategy that has your, or a post that has your COVID situation in it, that's going to stay prominent, and it's going to stay up there and make it easy for people to find out about you. So what it appears prominently when somebody searches for your business. It appears above any standard post. So if you've got a special offer that's business related, the COVID post is going to be above that. The COVID post is also going to live as long as the pandemic remains, unless you remove it. So if you change something in your policy, in your COVID post, then you go in and physically remove that post or delete it. And then that way you have the ability to control that. But again, it gives you the option to really focus on what you're doing during this time. So for example, here's a post that I have. And you probably can't read it, but I'll just give you a little idea. It says basically, we're still open during the COVID-19 pandemic. We're working with clients either in person or remotely, depending on the comfort level of our client. So I'm letting them know I'm still working with clients. I'll do whatever you need. And then I also talk about one of our main focuses is on helping small businesses adapt their marketing to meet the changing new normal. So we're offering weekly webinars that discuss a different topic. And so as a result of businesses that are struggling, reduce revenues, it's important they maximize their online exposure. And then I have a link to these webinars. So, it gives me the opportunity to tell people how we're dealing with the pandemic, but it also gives me an opportunity to give a little marketing message about the things that I'm doing and how that relates to businesses that are struggling within the pandemic. So it's an opportunity for you to utilize a COVID post that's going to stay prominent at the top of your post to build some marketing capital for your business. You also have the opportunity now to let customers. Google is encouraging people to support small businesses by buying a gift card or making a donation to a business. So you can add links to gift cards if you offer gift cards, or donations to your Google My Business listing. And basically it looks something like this. So you have the Google, the COVID-19 support. And then if you click the get started, what it's going to do is let you create either select a gift card or a donate, GoFundMe, or whatever it might be that you wanted to use. It creates a way to generate some additional revenues. So that's another avenue that they've incorporated. And maybe Google does have a heart. Who knows? Another thing that they've added is, and they just added this recently. In fact, the post I was going through a few weeks back, probably in July or August, didn't even have this listed as one of the new features. But now they have a status, an attribute inside of your Google My Business page that says Black owned, women owned, and it also has a veteran owned. So what happens is then you can say right here, this is on the homepage of your Google My Business dashboard, add attributes. And when you click on that, then it brings you to the option to plus sign and add Black owned, veteran owned, or women led, or veteran led, women led. So if you are a veteran, or you are a woman-owned business, take advantage of that. People like to deal with the Black veteran-led, women-led. They like seeing that and supporting those types of local businesses. So it's an opportunity there for you to showcase that highlight. There are some health and safety attributes as well that are available in that same spot. So what is your business doing to maintain the safety of your clients and customers? What are the things that you offer, and what does your business do to um, to fit the safety environment that we're in right now? So these are some options that you have for that. So you can do an appointment required. You can say mask required. Staff gets temperature checked. Staff wears masks. Um, Temperature check required. So you want to let people know that are coming to you, or that you're interacting with, how you are addressing the health concerns of your employees, or yourself, your employees, or your clients. You want to definitely let them know that that you're taking every precaution to safeguard the well-being of the people you're dealing with. So, and that may be a case where you can utilize these attributes, but then go back and in that Google post, in the COVID post, go back in and identify your policies and procedures and what you're doing. So let's say that, for example, I know this Rita's on here. She's a realtor. So how are you dealing with showing houses? What are the cleaning and the sanitizing practices that you're using? Do you require masks when you're showing a house? Do you provide hand sanitizer? Do you provide your own pen, their own pen, if there's somebody signing in? So there's, let people know how you're dealing with this, because again, it does a couple of things. Number one, it puts their mind at ease to know that you're socially responsible and taking action to do everything you possibly can for your business. And that also that, you're concerned with helping people get the most out of your business. So use the health and safety attributes, but then combine that with an attribute post, or with a Google My Business COVID post, and that will really help you spell that out. If you're a service business, there are some new opportunities for service businesses as well. So for home businesses like plumbers, electricians, home maintenance, handyman, all of those categories, how will you protect the health of your customers while you're in their home? So again, you have some options there. This is a screenshot I took from a post rather than mine, because mine doesn't have the same options. I have a couple of options in my services for appointments, but I don't have the same number, because service related business has more choices than my business would. Video appointments, video estimates. Are you using high volume of calls? Are you accepting on-job sites? Are you accepting urgent jobs? Are you using protective gear? Curbside service, or maintaining distance? So how do you address the even down into the payment section? Are you doing touchless payments? Are you offering to do a billing and send them a bill electronically, so that you're not having to come in contact? So keep in mind the options that you have, the options that are available, and just let people know what to expect. And that's always the big thing. It's what to expect. I know when my son was moved into his house just recently, and we had the locksmith come out to rekey his house, and he had the cable guys come out, and set things up. Well, obviously they, they were wearing a mask, and I asked both of them. I said, do you feel like you do you have to wear a mask? Or, if I'm comfortable with it, are you okay with it? And they said, one of them said, no, it's the cable, guy said, no, it's mandatory. We have to wear it. The locksmith guy said, I'm just working on the front door. So if you're fine, I'll do without it. So again, it's each business has to make those decisions and how they deal with it. And that's important. I think it's really important that we know that we let people know how we're dealing with the situations in our businesses. You also have the opportunity for secondary hours now. Before, we only had one set of business hours. But if you have, businesses that are doing delivery, or they're doing special hours for certain groups, the stores that are doing like senior hours, maybe you're offering a special time for a special set of hours for a particular particular client base. So let people know what those hours are. You have the option of including that in those special hours in here, and letting people know that you're trying to help them, as best they can, and accommodate folks that are compromised immune systems, are older, or folks that are, have specific needs or whatever it might be. So keep that in mind as another alternative in that secondary hours category. And these are some of the options that it gives you for those. So, delivery, pickup, are you, if you're, and those can apply. I mean, obviously it sounds like a lot of these apply to restaurants, but how is your business dealing with, anything specific? If you require documents to be signed, if you have service that you're providing on a specific time frame. So keep in mind that there's options here that you can utilize, and again, just the more you fill out, the better the more people get an idea of your sense of community and your commitment to, what you're doing. Visual content on Google My Business, adding more visuals right now is, again, an important component. So, maybe things like show your safety protocols. So, do a picture of, go back to the realtor example. Show a picture of you, take a selfie, or have somebody take it of you wiping down a house before you do it, before or after a showing, or with your mask on. Think about how you can just make people, again, aware that you're community minded and safety minded. So that's a great opportunity. You can even, make sure you've got, smiling faces in their pictures, even if it's with a mask on. So you want to let people know it's, we're complying with the, the situation, but, it doesn't mean we're any less friendly a business. We're any less, happy to work with our clients. We're not kind of cowering in fear, but, we're making the best of the situation that we have. So utilize that, maybe even in a video. And a video is a great way to do that too. Consider a video of your facility or your business in action. So, what are you doing? How are you doing your business right now? And so, shoot a video of how that's being done, or, do a Zoom and record it as to talk about some things that you're doing. So utilize the visual content on Google My Business. And then what you do is you just simply post those in the photo section down at the bottom. So the whole idea is to look for opportunities and to make the most of what we're dealing with today. Make the most of, moving your business forward, keeping in mind, how you can adapt your business, how you can change your marketing plan, your marketing directions. What are some things you can do to showcase your business during a difficult time. And that's the whole goal of what we're trying to do. So Google made these changes recently. And so I thought it was important that you knew what those changes were and how to utilize those. So just sort of to recap, that your temporary closed status if you need it. Use your service attributes of how you're dealing with health and safety. Anything else that you have, just make sure that your Google My Business page is as up to date as possible, because people are looking at it more right now. So, as always, just a reminder of the Novice to Ninja 90-day marketing plan. That group is ready to launch. I'm about a week behind in what I want to do. So probably the last week of September, I'll start doing the official launch on that. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a weekly webinar, similar to what I'm doing here, but I'm going to dive more in depth on different topics. In that series, what we'll be doing is talking about we'll have on-demand content for webinars, but not only will we be having an overview, but we'll be doing step-by-step hands-on training and implementation. So I'm going to be not just telling you, here's what you need to do. I'm going to be going, hey, did you get it done? How come? Let's get it done. So we're going to really walk you through that whole process of implementing. A lot of the content is going to be shared through a closed Facebook group. So I'll have it in learning units in the Facebook group. And then Q&A sessions are available there as well. So watch for that when that comes out, and probably an email should come out next week with more detail on that and how do you get started. If any of you have any questions, as always, I'm available for one-on-one consultation. I mentioned realtors a minute ago. I know I do have one realtor on here. I'm reviving, or we're starting up on the 30th of September, my realtor webinar series with Pioneer Title. We're going to do that in a combination of live and webinars. So if you know a realtor that would like to participate, let them know. It's going to be sponsored by Pioneer Title. As always, it's free. But we've got a lot of topics that we're going to cover, and really how to help the realtors master the digital marketing. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Pop those in the chat. Otherwise, new topic next week, and don't know what it is yet. Kind of fluid. It just depends on what happens, and as I'm always watching things that are happening on the digital space, and I find something goes, ooh, that's cool. I need to let everybody know about that. So that's kind of the way I roll with things. So we'll have a new topic next week, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We will, if we don't have any other questions, then I will talk to you then.